Hello, everyone. Welcome to Was It Good? My name is Bob, and last night I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender over on Netflix. This is a show that was adapted from an animated series on Nickelodeon. My understanding is that the show is very popular, but I didn't watch it when it first came out. So I'm coming at this with a very normie perspective. I'm not familiar with the lore, but I do have a basic understanding of the premise. The premise is that you have several different nations that are able to bend the elements to their will. One can bend earth, another can bend fire, there's another that bends water, and yet another who bends air. And there's one being that comes from each of the different nations. Well, it kind of rotates around, but one being known as the Avatar, who's able to bend all four elements to their will. And because of that, they're able to bring harmony to the world. Well, the Avatar has gone missing for 100 years. One of the nations gets wiped out, and the whole world has gotten plunged into war. The Avatar finally returns, and will the Avatar be able to bring peace to the world? So, was it good? The first thing we're going to discuss is the plot. The plot, I'm going to give a score of 3 out of 5. I found the overall premise enjoyable. And the show itself, I didn't think was that difficult to follow. But I dropped it a little bit lower because there were certain decisions that they made in the storytelling that I didn't quite understand why they did. And as the show went on, I also found myself rolling my eyes a little bit more at certain story plot points. And I was just like, I don't know about that. Now, it could be because I'm not too familiar with the lore. It might be because they tried to throw so much into 8 episodes because, again, this is based on an animated series with a lot of episodes. They could have just tried to cram too much in there. But overall, I'm going to give the plot a 3 out of 5. The next thing we're going to talk about is the acting. And unfortunately, the acting is one of the 2 worst parts of this show. I'm going to give this a 1 out of 5. I wish I could say this was because there were a lot of younger actors, but no, that's not the case. It didn't matter the age of the actor. I thought the acting was terrible from the top all the way down. The way they delivered their lines came off very bland and a lot of spots. And just overall, the acting wasn't very good. The dialogue is the other worst part of this show, and I'm going to give that also a 1 out of 5. There were several parts where they would say something, and I found myself rolling my eyes or thinking, oh my God, this is cringe. Other times it was just badly worded, and some of that also might have been because of the acting, but it just did not come off very well. There was also a large amount of exposition throughout the show that it just took me out of it. So overall, the dialogue, I'm going to give a 1 out of 5. The look of the show, I'm going to go ahead and give a 3 out of 5. Overall, I thought the show looked pretty good. The only reason I'm dropping a little bit lower is because a couple of the action sequences, there were portions in it that I thought looked a little wonky with the special effects. But for the most part, I thought the special effects looked pretty good, especially in the first episode. I was actually hooked with the first episode, and then as the show went on, it started losing me in other areas. But the look of the show was fine. I thought it was edited fine. The special effects, for the most part, were okay. And the action sequences were fine as well. From an overall entertainment value perspective, I got to give this a 2 out of 5. I really wanted to like this more. I was actually kind of excited to see it because of Netflix's last major adaptation, One Piece. So I was actually kind of looking forward to seeing how they would adapt this. But I'll be honest, even though I really liked the first episode, the acting and the dialogue just kept taking me out of it. And then certain decisions that they made with the plot just kept taking me out of it. So I really wanted to like this, but it was really hard for me to do so. So I've got to give this a 2 out of 5. So was it good? I didn't think it was that good. I found it to be average at best, mildly entertaining in some places. It's not the worst thing I've seen. I think it's better than some of the stuff that Marvel and Lucasfilm has put out lately. But I didn't find it to be that good. I was actually very disappointed in this. But maybe you thought differently. Maybe you saw the show and you thought that this was the best thing since sliced bread. You know what? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below. It's okay if we disagree, but let's not be disagreeable when you leave a comment. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.